In this video, I'll go over the Unit 2 Database Exploration assignment. Now, I'm using the course schedule from this particular semester's online course. Your course schedule may look different, but you'll be able to find the link to the assignments on the course schedule no matter what course you're enrolled in. This Unit 2 Database Exploration assignment is asking you to find an article that relates to the Unit 2 reading. This particular semester, our R2, Reading 2, was the pandemic's remote learning legacy. If you have a different R2, then you'll want to find an article that relates to that article. We're using the article that we're finding today in Unit 2. We're going to be using it all the way through Unit 2 and through Unit 3. So you want to make sure that it has to do with the same topic. Because you're going to be eventually writing a summary response essay that discusses your position on this article, and you're going to use support from your Reading 3 in order to support your opinion. So that's why it's important that the two readings relate. And you'll have some opportunity over the course of the next couple of weeks to assess, evaluate, and if you need to, change your reading. But for today, try to find one that connects. So what we're going to do is use EBSCO host in order to find our article. There is a template for the actual assignment that you need to complete. I just opened it. So this is the template that you're going to be completing. And if you go back to the course schedule that we were looking at earlier, you'll also notice over here under the To-Do tab, there is a sample of this assignment that you can review. So this is what the sample looks like. It's the same document, but it has some notes and it has some screenshots and it has some examples for you. And it kind of tells you exactly what you need to do in order to complete this assignment correctly. So you'll have access to the blank template, you have access to the sample document, and this video today is going to walk you through opening up EBSCO host and finding your article. So if you go into My DTCC and you make sure that you're on the Student Resources tab, under Library over here on the right, you'll be able to access all of our databases. So today we're going to be using EBSCO host, and we're going to be choosing, I'm going to choose Master File Premier. I encourage you to explore the rest of the databases, but I do know that you can find a good article that meets the requirements in this database, so this is what I'm going to do today in the sample. We're going to continue once we've chosen our Master File Premier database, and because we're learning about the pandemic's remote learning legacy, I'm going to search for an article about the pandemic and remote learning. And let's see what we can find. Over here on the left-hand side, the Exploring EBSCO Host Database assignment asks you to do some advanced search limiting. You can do that, you can do that by clicking into advanced search and you get a different page. I'll go ahead and do that so it looks like this. I tended to prefer to just do it over here on the left-hand side. But if all of the metrics aren't here, you can certainly find what you need under advanced search. So definitely make sure that you're choosing full text. For some reason I'm only getting 2 searches. Let's do pandemic online learning. Let's see what we get if we change the search terms. Now we have 2,000 results. So that's why on this EBSCO host paper, it's asking you about keywords and synonyms, because sometimes searching a different key term can really open up your search results. So you can see what happened when I searched pandemic remote learning versus pandemic online learning. And now you can see we've got several, I always make sure to check full text, we've got several full text articles available that you can review. Now once you pick one and you want to get into an article and you're reading it and you're like, yes, I think this is the one that I want to use, if it's a HTML full text, it's going to be right here, but if it's a PDF full text, you'll have to click on the PDF full text button in order to see the complete article. So something like this might work for you. You'll have to review it and determine whether or not it supports your position on this idea of remote learning or whatever your reading is. So once you've found an article, so here's an example of an HTML full text, just so you can see what that looks like. The article is right here on this page. You don't have to click anywhere else to get to it. Either way, whichever one you decide you want to use, I want to let you know that there are some tools over here on the right-hand side. You can email it to yourself. You can save it in your own Google Drive. However you need to manipulate the article. If you want to print it out on paper, use these tools over here on the side, and the toolbox might be hidden or it might be open for you, but just know that they're here on the right hand side. Another tool that you really need is this Cite button, because on the Unit 2 sample it is asking you right here to copy and paste in the APA reference. So what we're going to do is, on the article that you've chosen, you're going to go to Cite, and you're going to scroll down until you get to APA 7th edition. This is the citation format that we use here at Delaware Tech. And you're going to copy this and paste it into this block here on your worksheet. Now, it doesn't always correct the capitalization, so you are going to have to edit it in the second box in order to fix it. So if you take a look, you'll see that the article title, for example, is not in the right capitalization format. So you're going to have to edit this once you get it copied into the block on your sheet. The next part of this assignment involves using the CRAP test, currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose, in order to evaluate this article that you've found to determine whether or not it's appropriate to use for this assignment. Information about the CRAP test can be found in the course. I've just gone back to our calendar, and if you scroll through the calendar, you will absolutely find some resources about the CRAP test and how to find out whether a source is appropriate or not, how to evaluate it. There's some information here as well. So definitely make sure that you are using the resources available to you. Check out the sample assignment before you attempt the blank document. Make sure that the article that you found meets the CRAP test requirements and that it relates to the reading. And then you'll be all ready to submit the Unit 2 Exploring EBSCO Host database exploration assignment.